Yes, here we go. What a guess we've got today. We've got the poor man's Mo Kamara, Lee Naylor. That's terrible, isn't it?
Big Mo Kamara. You know what? I see him nearly every week as well down here.
No, you didn't.
I do.
Is he still wearing the Timberlands that he used to cross the ball with?
He's got the worst. You know what? His dress sense is worse than yours, and that is saying something.
Oi, Nails, what are you saying about this Tash?
No, you know what you need to stop doing? Touting on your pictures. That's what you need to stop doing. Hey, mate.
Got to me. It's this nose, man.
November was like 5-6 months ago, mate.
Oh, you know who I'm modelling this on?
Oh, who's that?
Henry.
Oh, jeez. His big Mauser.
Oi, before we start, I just want to check you definitely got trousers on, yeah?
Aye.
I'm not wanting that big banger flying about all over the place. What's been happening, mate? How's lockdown been?
Oh, it's tough, man. It's tough. Yeah, because obviously my missus, she got underlying problems, so she's not allowed to go out at all. So like we're restricted.
So what have you two been up to then?
Well.
Oh, if I was you, I'd be doing the exact same thing with a young man.
Gotta get it in, mate. I've got to get it in. I'm 40 now, mate. That's jeez.
Oh, Nails, you're an agent now. Is this a bit of a nightmare for you this time? Crisis?
Yeah, everything's changed. I mean, literally, not many teams want to do anything. They're all up in the air. It's not great times to be an agent, even for football in general. Like not many teams know where they stand, and it's very difficult at this time.
Oh, you've got a few boys up here, don't you? You've got Mikey Johnson.
I did. Well, I've moved companies now, so I weren't able to take Mikey with me.
Oh, bastard.
Yeah, so nice one.
Any young players watching this that need any young ballers that need an agent? There's your man Lee Naylor.
It's no, as I said, it's tough. I've got I had a couple up there. I had Jack Aitchison, I had Churchy. So yeah, I had a few up there. Obviously, Mikey was flying. He's just got to get rid of his injuries. But when he gets on a run, he'll be some player for Celtic, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, you getting us on board or what? You want to make a few quid? You getting us in?
Well, mate, you know what? I was actually thinking about when you burst into the first team back when I was at Celtic.
Fucking hopeless, wasn't it?
No, mate, I was thinking, where's this kid come from? Because I remember you being a little cheeky lad, and I was like, okay. But you had some about you as well. I thought you were a really good player. And then did you get injured again? You know, when you came in training with us to start with, did you get injured again, or did you go out on loan?
Nah, we got injured, mate. I was out for ages, man. Killed us.
I know.
Oh, you were always good with us, though, mate. I want to say thanks. You were always good with us. I mean that.
Well, he's one of them. He's enjoyed playing football, and that's what it was all about, having a good laugh. And you like to have a good laugh and that. Yeah.
Right, we're going to kick on with the career, mate. You ready for this?
Rock and roll, mate. Rock and roll.
Right, you were a strange kid growing up. You actually wanted to be a fullback.
Come on now. Do you know what? The only person I know who wanted to be a fullback was my brother. Right. He literally, from a kid all the way up to being a pro at Shrewsbury, he was a right back. The only person I've ever known.
So your brother was a pro as well?
Yeah, he was a pro for a year or two at Shrewsbury and at Hereford at the time. First professional game, got sent off after about 5 minutes. Didn't see the pitch ever again.
So what, would you two just kick a boot?
Oh yeah, mate. Yeah, he was really good. He was one of them where he just didn't have any luck at the draw, and he was a really good player. His right foot was amazing, but he didn't have any luck. As simple as that.
So who was the sick bastard that put you to fullback in?
Mate, well, I was at Wolves at the time, and it must have been. I was at Wolves for about 3 or 4 years, from under 10s to under 15s. So under 14s, say, they tried to move me back to left back from being a striker. Right. By the way, I was banging in goals. It weren't like I weren't scoring. I was banging in goals, and then they tried to move me back to left back, and I was like, I'm not having this. I'm not having this. And I said to my mum, like, Mum, get me out of here. I'm gone. So I left for about a year, came back under 15s, and then just carried on, went left back, just sucked it up, and then rest is history.
There you go. Do you think you would have had the career you'd had if you'd stayed a striker?
I think so, yeah.
All right.
I was rapid, I was fast. My left foot was half decent.
Tin of beans, young man, that left foot. Tin of beans.
I don't like to boast too much.
Yeah, what was obviously we speak about a lot in this programme about coming through the youth system, best days of your life. Was it similar for you at Wolves? Good upbringing?
Yeah, we had a great team down there. Obviously, YT days, nothing like it is now. But you all mixed. So all the first team and the youth team and reserves, they all mixed. And what a good time it was. They're the days that you just don't forget. And yeah, mate, I loved it down there. Loved it.
Oh, and watch your toes here. Everyone watch your toes. Best mate coming through, Julian Lescott.
Well, yeah. Obviously, Joel's 2 years younger than me. But he was just fortunate that we both went into the first team at a really young age. And from then on, we've just been best buddies, yeah.
Right, who's got a bigger head, him or Gary Caldwell?
You know what? I think Caldwell easily wins that, mate. He easily wins that.
What about Mark McGee was a gaffer at the time, Nils? How was he with young boys?
No, he was a tough manager. He was a shouter. He was a baller. He didn't take no rubbish. But he wasn't there for long. I think it was just a season I had from him. And I was a young boy. I was in and out at that time. Played, I don't know, something like 20 games in my first season, but I was in and out. He was tough. He was tough. He didn't take no shit.
Were you similar to me, Nils? Were you quite chirpy as a young player?
No, not back then. Huh? No chance.
Why not?
Because you would have got beat down, mate. Some of the things that used to happen to the young boys. Oh my word! Getting stuffed into boot trolleys and everything, mate, until about 3 hours. Like, oh, mate, it was evil. Evil.
Who were the older ones that you wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of? There
was a player called Steve Sedgley. He came from Spurs at the time, so he was like best mates with Gaza. Mate, some of the things they got up to. Paul Stewart.
Can you tell us any?
Oh, no. I can't. Oh, mate, he was one of these people in the dressing room you needed in the dressing room. But some of the things he used to do, he used to come in with like a shit, smoking a shit. Like, and I'm thinking, oh my life, what is he doing? And then he'd come in, the urinals, the little tablets you have in the urinals. He'd come into the dressing room just eating them. Oh, it's good stuff. This good stuff. You want to try this? And I'm like, oh my god, this guy. But just for a laugh, like he just wanted a laugh from the lads. Just wanted, just a lift. Great lad. He was a great lad to have around, but it's different. Definitely different.
I know a few boys at Celtic whose breath smelled like they'd been smoking their fags as well. Dave Jones eventually came in, Nils. How was he? Successful, wasn't he?
He was successful. He was good at getting a team together. Man management, a bit iffy, but getting a team together, getting a bunch of old pros mixed with a couple of young lads, yeah, he was good at getting a team together, yeah, definitely.
And a guy we've had on, I wanted to ask you about Alex Ray. Was he a madman?
Yeah, Alex, he's a funny guy, Have you spoke to him?
He's been on, mate. He was brilliant.
He's brilliant, isn't he? Mate, it's so funny. I've done a couple of things with him down here in the last year. Mate, he's got some stories. He's a funny guy. He's a funny guy. He's good ability as well, by the way. Really good player.
Underrated,
Yeah, I thought. Well, at the time when I was at Wolves, we had a few Scottish boys come down. We had Colin Cameron, we had Alex Ray, we had Kenny. They all come down at one time. Colin Cameron was, mate.
He's a player, wasn't he, Colin Cameron?
Mate, I thought he was different gear. He was brilliant for his size as well. He was only a small player, but the ability he had, and I don't think I've seen anyone run as much as him on a pitch.
Yeah. Paul Ince was there as well, mate. See, when we were kids coming through at Celtic, just before your time at Celtic, like Sutton, Hearts, and they all had massive, big time shouts. But funny, like was Ince.
He was the all-time. He was the all-time massive time person you've ever seen. He was good though. He didn't take no rubbish from anyone, but he helped you as well. So he was good that he came in, and obviously we went and got promotion when he did come in. So, what
was a few of his shouts? What would he give it?
Well, geez, he was just the usual massive time. He used to give it the money shirts. He used to give it all that. They don't call me the governor for no reason. This or that. Just the usual, mate. But he'd use them at certain times, like timings, everything, and he'd just use them perfect.
Was he a player, Neil?
Yeah.
Proper player,
serious player, ball-footed. I remember him and Kenny. They used to be on a training ground. She would have the best left foot. Nearly every single day in training, they'd be pinging, they'd be half volleying, they'd be volleying. This is every single day, and they'd be coming into the dressing room. He's got the best left leg. He's got the best left leg. To literally everyone, man. I was like, what are these? He was like a big kid.
Was that Kenny Miller?
Yeah, Kenny. Yeah.
They too tight,
Yeah, he came down south when he was a young boy from Rangers, and we'd become mates when he came down. Yeah, so
I spoke to Aidan last night, mate, and he says, asking Nails if it's true that he was called Nails because he was so far up Kenny Miller's ass you could only see his toenails.
Aidan said that, yeah? I might have to drop him a text after that.
Brilliant, man. And then another legend, Nils, Glenn Hoddle. Wow. Good coach.
For me, the best coach I've ever had.
Is he, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, easy. Way before his time. He's coaching like what they coach now. But when he first came in, he used to join in training. And, mate, he used to flick it over people's heads like it was nothing and just catch it like the other side of them and just bring it back through Megs. And, mate, honestly, he was different. When you see different players, it just opens your eyes to how good the top internationals were. And he was one of them.
What kind of guy was he?
He was just straight down the line, mate. He didn't have a laugh. He was nothing like that, but he knew his football.
Yeah. Okay, and then on to Celtic. When did you first hear that Celtic were into it? And did you know much about Celtic?
Nah. So obviously, it's one of them where I used to love collecting stickers when I was a kid, and you always used to. That's when I first knew of Celtic. So that was my first, look at Celtic. But when obviously growing up and coming through at Wolves, and then getting to a stage where I've got a chance to move there. It was a massive decision. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. Like, I'm playing for Wolves, and that's my boyhood club. I'm local. I've been there 10 years as a pro. Then obviously Kenny's shouted off my name to the gaffer.
Oh, so was it Kenny Miller that said to Strachan?
Yeah. Kenny's gone into Strachan and said, look, I know you need a left back. You need to go and get this boy. So literally from then it just got the ball rolling. And obviously he was obviously in exchange for Charlie. And was he one of your pals?
Charlie was my pal.
Was he?
I was buzzing when he fucking got rid of him.
He's done brilliant, isn't he, to be fair, so fair play to him.
Oh, that's not like Kenny, though, just being shy and going speaking to the manager saying you should sign my mate, is it?
Oh, yeah, no, yeah. No, you know what Kenny's like. Jeez, he's got a lot to say. So, yeah, he's obviously set it in motion, and it's happened within about a week or two of me first hearing of it.
Oh, do you remember the first time you spoke to Strachan?
It was obviously the first day. he's always strange. He's a strange person. I find him hilarious, mate.
Yeah, he's funny.
But some people don't take him the right way, do they? So, no, he was brilliant. He was good as gold. And it just so happened that I've ripped it up in my first season, which makes it a bit easier.
Because see, we watched your initial interview back, and you were absolutely buzzing with the move. Like, could you take it on? Was you surprised when you got up here, like how big the stadium and stuff like that was?
Oh yeah, because down south, mate. Like at the time, I think it's become a bit more popular now, but back then, like Scottish football was nothing down here. It's thought of nothing down here. Obviously, Sky and all the money's helped it through the years become a bit more attractive. Obviously, playing the Champions League, but it wasn't really seen as anything. So when I've got up here and I've seen, the magnitude of what Celtic is, not just as a club and how big the stadium and all that is, but just to the fans that you meet on the street.
Neil, see your first day at training?
Yeah.
What did you think of the standard?
No, I thought it was good, obviously, because Stillian and was still there at the time, but he was pissing around, wasn't he, in training.
Was it there when he fought with Snowy?
Yeah. So I was in there, and then obviously there was Tom Owen as well, and mate, they were just pissing around constantly, and I was thinking, jeez, is that what you have to do to get a move?
Tomo could fuck it off, couldn't he?
mate, it was mental, and I was like, wow. But obviously their ability on top of Jurisic and all that, and then obviously Tommy Gravison coming in. Yeah, mate, the quality was brilliant. I thought the quality was really good. Like, obviously Naka was there. Like, for me, Naka was one of the best players I've seen.
How good was he in the boxes, man?
He never lost the ball, ever. He was like Strachan. Strachan was unreal as well.
Mate, remember Strachan joined in the boxes?
Yeah, he'd never lose the ball at all, ever. And when he did, you'd go in.
See, when you first came, Niels, was there any boys that were on you, or was everyone quite good with it?
No, it was good, mate. Don't forget, I was 26.
Yeah.
I weren't like a kid. And I played like 350 games by the time I come up there. So it's one of them where I'm a seasoned pro, so the only shit I had was me and Arthur on the pitch.
Oh, we'll come to Arthur in a bit. But see that fight with Snowy and Petrov, mate? That was two heavyweights going at it, wasn't it?
Yeah, mate. It is mental. I mean, you see it though. You see it. I mean, I've been involved in, especially down south, like in some mad fights on the training pitch, after games, during games. Loads, mate. But it's part and parcel. It's a heated environment, isn't it? So. Yeah.
Did see when you gave the ball away in training that early doors? Did he have any wee quirky remarks for you? Nah?
No, I never give the ball away, mate.
Right. Was it a better standard than Wolves, Nils?
It's tough. Celtic itself, it was up there. It was up there, but at the same time, we had some serious players at Wolves as well. Dennis Irwin was coming in, and you got Paul Ince, and you got Joel Lescott, you got Kenny Miller, like Mark Kennedy, like all these have been international players.
Yeah.
So it mixes, obviously, going through the years. Yeah, early on in my Wolves days, yeah, Celtic were much better than that. Getting on towards the end, I played with some good players, but they were coming towards the end of the career, and that, I suppose. Celtic as our team, in my team that I played in, I think we could have produced in the Prem.
Yeah, because obviously you beat Man United in that, so where do you think you would have finished in the Prem? Top 6?
Nah.
Where then? Where?
You're a joker.
You got to the last 16 of the Champions League.
Yeah, look, and that's because of Celtic Park, plain and simple. Obviously, at the end of the day, we shouldn't be getting to the last of the 16 of the Champions League. For no disrespect to our squad, but when you're beating Benfica to get into the last 16 and stuff like that, with their budget compared to our budget, you shouldn't really be matching. It's not a match. Mm-hmm. But what we did have was Celtic Park, and everyone given 100%, and that was the difference.
Right, a different atmosphere. Your first Celtic v Rangers experience, what was it like? Won the game 2-0 at Celtic Park. Was it anything like I know you played with Wolves, they had derbies like Villa and stuff like that, but does it nothing come close to that?
Nothing. I don't think anything will ever come close to that at all. The place just becomes electric. You can't hear yourself think. Obviously, I played in a big derby before with Wolves Albion, which I'll be honest is a massive derby, and the noise that creates is huge. But Celtic Rangers is just a different level. Like, you got when you hear of people, they travel far and wide to come to that game, and there's a reason for that.
Were you shouting yourself, Nils?
No.
Nah?
I was buzzing for it. No. Oh, yeah. I was buzzing, mate. Yeah. Right. My first taste of Scottish football was against Brownie. I don't know if you knew. My first game was Hibs at home.
Right. Was he playing right midfield and you were left back?
He was playing right midfield. So this was my first meeting with Brownie. So then I'm walking out. We've done our warm up and that. We're out for kick off. I'm walking across the field. Brownie comes running right next to me and goes, "I'm gonna break your legs."
He's a wee wido, wasn't he?
He must have been what? Well, he's about 6 years younger than me. Yeah, he was 20 at the time, and I'm going, "Is this kid for real or what?" And then, obviously they went and scored. I think did they score? Did they go 1-0 up or what? It was 1-1 or something like that. And he's come running up to me as well. And I'm going, "I'm going to be on you all game. You ain't going to get anything. I'm going to break you in two." And I'm like, "Oh my life, what have I come to here?"
Was he decent? Was he good?
He was good, but then we went and got the winner from me going down the line. And then I went. I said all right to him after.
Brilliant. Kenny Miller scored the winner that day in the Celtic and Rangers game. We delighted for him.
Yeah, obviously he's my pal.
You travelled to. You stayed in Edinburgh, didn't you, as well?
Well, he actually lived with me, yeah. So
men behaving badly, innit?
Mate, yeah. Mate, we lived in Queen Street, which is one back from the main road in Edinburgh.
Wow.
So yeah, we had some good times. It was good.
See, after that 2-0 win, did you go out after that?
What do you think?
Oh, you always in Edinburgh or ever in Glasgow?
Mate, we used to stay through, because obviously the best night out is through in Glasgow. So we definitely, after a win like that, you go out in Glasgow.
Who was good for it? Who was funny on a night out, Niels? Did you know he babysit big Dan O'Day? That's what wild, wasn't he?
He was a bomb scare. He'd end up in the back of police vans and everything. Probably shouldn't be saying this. Is the under 18 club? Well,
mate, I've cleared it with him. He says that you can tell what you like. I spoke to him yesterday.
Yeah, no, mate. Every time I even speak to him now. I speak to Darren all the time. Great lad. But after a beer, he's a nightmare, man. I'm like, yeah, I just felt like I was babysitting everyone. I'll be honest.
Who else would have been a good laugh on a night out, Aidan?
Yeah, mate. I mean, everyone. We had a good squad, to be fair. And everyone enjoyed a night out, and I think that was the way. Especially when I first moved up, we were winning every week. We won the league 2 years on a run, and I think for the first 6 months I was up there, I was probably out every single week, and then I went and got my missus, and that was the end of it.
They ruined everything, didn't they? Oh, do you know who else was mental, mate? Big Chris Killen.
Oh my life! I speak to Kipper regularly, so.
Well, he would pitch at the bar and all, wouldn't he?
Yeah, so him and Brownie, mate, they're disgusting people. Honestly, they're disgusting, horrible people. So I tried to stay away from them as much as I could. Obviously, when you're in the bleeding shower and you feel something warm on your leg and you're looking down and they're pissing on your leg, you're like, oh, these are the sorts of people you have to be around.
Did they know you used to abuse people's rooms as well on their away trips?
Oh, man, literally every single away trip, I'd get in my room, lock. I'm not coming out. No one's coming in. Locking it, barricading it with a chair, everything, mate. Just so I know I'm sleeping nice. But even then, you're thinking about windows, doors, man. You got to lock yourself in, otherwise these pair were just relentless.
Who would they date to the most? Was it Big Elvis that got quite a
big
bit?
big Elvis. Obviously, Elvis would get peed off. Elvis would get peed off straight away. But it just wouldn't stop them. They're just relentless, horrible individuals.
Are you surprised to see what Brownie's like now? Because obviously he's Mr. Serious now. He's a Celtic cat, didn't it? But back in the day, he was wild, wasn't he?
He's serious to the camera. Yeah. Behind the closed doors. So yeah, he will not change. He's a great lad. Very underrated, by the way.
Yeah.
So at one stage he'd be gone to the Prem, but he turned it down and stayed. And I think it was probably his best decision. And look what's happened.
Big year that year for Celtic as well in Europe. You said when you saw the draw, you've said that you didn't think, but why didn't you think you were good enough to beat the teams?
Look, budgets, and we had good players, we had good individuals, but the teams we were playing against, they're world superstars. You know what I mean? We shouldn't really be competing on that sort of level. We can't financially, but we've done it because we're Celtic and the Celtic fans and Celtic Park. We had an unbelievable free kick taker who was the best I've ever seen in Naka. And he, as a player, obviously didn't speak much English. He could, though. Let me tell you, he could. Is when he wanted to. Let me tell you. So I used to talk to him all the time. And I used to say, you can understand me, you can't. And he'd be like,
Please tell me like Naka would talk about drinking and birds and that, please.
Come on, Naka, really?
Tell everyone how he used to practice his free kicks as well. Who would he fire in goals?
He put what's his name? His interpreter. He put his interpreter in goal, and he'd be out there for an hour, 2 hours straight. And his interpreter would be diving in. He'd have, when you pull your sleeves up like that, his interpreter would be like.
Did Clarkie give him interpreter a pair of boots? Remember, he used to wear a pair of boots.
Hey, getting a pair of boots out of Clarkie, Jesus.
Oh, amazing, man. Right, dramatic opening game, mate. Man U 3-2 defeat. How sick were you? Obviously, Giggs dies for the penalty, didn't he?
Yeah. It's a tough one to take, especially when you know it's not a pen. It was tough. It was tough. It was always going to be tough, but when things happen like that, it's gutting.
How was Strachan before the big games? Like, how was his team talks and that? Good.
Yeah, how he used to speak to us and how he used to poke the fire sometimes. So he would use, I don't know, some words that usually would go against someone, and you think, what a fucking idiot. But he's doing it to poke the fire, to get a little reaction from you. You've done it most days with Aiden. But
what was the best one you seen of him and Aiden? What was the funniest one?
Mate, that's the thing. Like, it happened that regularly that it just seemed like it was a normal thing every single day. Especially every home game, there was 100%. Because obviously, as soon as you go into the dressing room, you know what it's like. I used to sit where you walk in, and obviously Aiden was round by the far side, and just him and Strachan. I never used to see Strachan. He just used to be over there, just talking to Aiden, shouting, and it used to be like it was actually kid stuff. It was childish. It was childish, but you know, he got the best out of Aiden. So
Aiden used to get annoyed that he used to let Naka come inside, and he used to tell Aiden not to come inside and stay wide. He used to hate that, man.
Aiden's ability was a joke. I know. Like, even when I'm seeing him in League One, I'm thinking, what are you doing? Like, his ability is a joke, and I thought he should have been playing a lot higher.
You used to link up well, didn't you? These were good together.
Yeah, if I didn't make his career, then bloody hell. Nah, he was brilliant. We had a good understanding. I knew when he wanted the ball. I knew when he was going to run, and we just had this combination where it just worked. Getting on, you know, I got him working a bit harder than what he was, chasing back and that. But obviously, it needed himself to do that as well. But he done it. He put the work in, and you know, he went and had a really good career.
See, was thinking, would he ever say anything individually to you, Nails, or was it always just like a team you would address? Would he ever pull you individually?
No, he never really pulled me. The only time I ever, well, I'll tell a lie. The first time he pulled me was about 3 months into when I joined Celtic, and he said, like, look, like, because England were watching at the time, and he's gone, look, you're doing well, keep it up. You know, I think the way you're playing at the moment, you're better than what Bridgie was down south at Southampton. And he says, look, I think we can go all the way. Just keep doing what you're doing. And after that, I just went downhill.
Brilliant. Was it 3-0 win over Benfica, Nails? Was that when you started to believe you could do it?
Yeah.
That's a doing, isn't it? 3-0.
Yeah, absolute doing. And then when that happened, I just thought, yeah, we've got some team here. Just how it worked. I mean, we didn't have superstars that were obviously Tommy came in, and obviously he was coming from Real Madrid, but he didn't act like a superstar. He weren't like, you know, he was this person who thought he was like God's gift. We just had people who were 100%ers, and then when that's working, and you've got Naka sticking them in left, right, and centre, and we're winning games, and Celtic Park's becoming a fortress, and then you start believing, like, yeah, this could be it.
See, when you're lining up for that Champions League music and that noise, is that when you start to feel like a proper player?
For me, that's the best moment
of your career.
I've had it in terms of being a footballer. Like, your hair standing on end, lining up in the Champions League with the music in front of Celtic. My very first Celtic Champions League match with Celtic. Couldn't hear anything. It's the best atmosphere I've ever felt in my life.
Wow.
Yeah, that's including the old firms.
By the way, Paddy McCourt must have had that ringing in his ears every day because his hair was always standing on end.
Paddy, jeez.
What a man. What a hero. Right, mate, Man United game. Did you seriously, mate, their team at the time was a shambles. I looked at it last night. Their team is a joke, man.
Yeah.
Did you think that you could beat them? That one-off game?
No, I mean, it was one of them where I thought we always, at Celtic Park, I thought we always had a chance against anyone. And that's the belief we had in ourselves, no matter who came.
Because I'm never a worry, like, we could get a doon here on the telly right now. Did that not even come into your head? Because that's exactly what I'd be fucking thinking.
No, it didn't. Like, not my head, anyways. Maybe some of the other lads, but never in my head. I always used to go on the pitch thinking, you know, I can reach the top. I want to be the best. And obviously,
would Strachan tell you that he's as good as their players, or was he?
Not really.
The way he set you up that was good. What was it?
No, he just spoke sense, and just to believe in what we do. He knew that playing at Celtic Park, gave us that extra little bit. And he knew if we could keep it to 0-0 as long as possible, that we'd, there's always a chance. Mm-hmm. He never really, said, we should beat these, we should do that, we should. He was never like that.
I'm sure I was round about the squad at that time. Niels, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure he made like a big thing in training that the 2 days before it, trying to stop Scholes getting on the ball. Is that right?
How can you remember all that, mate? Well, obviously they had key players, and Scholes had been one of them, and then you got Ronaldo. So yeah, I mean, he always mentioned. Well, did he put someone on? Was he thinking about man marking Scholesy?
I think he was going to put Tommy Gravison on him, and then he made a cut a couple of days before training, so he changed it. Yeah,
that was a bad idea. That was a bad idea from the start. That was never going to happen. The Liverpudlian Tommy Gravison. But no, he did mention it. But I don't know if he went and done it on the day. But you got to try and make them players stop playing.
Ronaldo, mate. So I'm not wanting to blow smoke up your arse, but you done all right against him, didn't you?
Yeah, at home. Yeah, I done all right. I done well. Again, it's stopped the sauce, and I think the whole team done well in stopping the sauce. But when he did get it, I done my bit, and Aiden also helped on that as well. So for me, it was always about the team. Individually, I've done well. Against him, thought I'd done well. Thought I should have got MOM, I'll be honest, but there you go.
Right, would you noise him up, Niels? Would you noise somebody like Ronaldo up during the game?
No. I wasn't a talker to the opposition. It wasn't in me to do that. I was just more worried about my team. I'd always shout and ball at my team, try and get the best out of them. Positively, I never shout angrily. The only other time I've done that really is once to Arta, and then the other time was at Dundee United when I scored that bleeding volley. I remember Gordon having a go at me half time. I don't know, mate. I had head loss, pure head loss. So yeah, they were the only 2 times I've lost my head.
What did he say at half time?
He was just like, as a team, we were shit. We were poor that day. But he pulled me out. He was on about finding someone's feet. I lost my head. Because it was like there's 10 other boys on this pitch and you're pulling me out. Oh my word!
And what did he send him back to you when you had to go back at him?
I didn't really have a go back because I just don't think it's the right time to do that. After I pulled him and said, like, look, I can understand your frustration and that, but there was other people on the pitch that weren't doing great. Just so happens I went and scored that volley after, and my reaction was towards the bench where I had a head loss.
Man United game, mate, closing stages. What's your memories? Obviously, Naka's free kick, and then Big Arthur saves the penalty. First things first, Naka's free kick, when he's standing over it, do you think goal?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Like Van der Sar in the net, do you think it's a goal?
Yeah. Like, this is what, when I say, like, every time we got a free kick, I just thought goal. When it was in range, I just thought it's a goal. Is that good that every single time I just thought it's a goal? I just used to walk back. I used to walk back in my position at left back and just thought it's a goal.
Oh, you fancy your left foot, man? Did I know you that Naki used to hit them all the time? Nah.
I'm not taking the ball off that, man. Are you crazy? Not a chance.
No, see when the ball hits the net, Neil, what was that feeling like?
When it went on that free kick?
Yeah.
Mate, just elation. I was just like, wow, this guy is a genius. Yeah, I just thought he was a genius. And when it hit, I just seen that net just pull back, and I was just like, oh my God, I just went mad. I was just like crazy. What a day that was as well, yeah.
And then who gives the penalty away?
That was me. Was that me? It was an actual. It was me. That's a bullshit penalty, by the way. Absolute bullshit penalty.
Are you fancying Arthur there as well? Is he the type same as Naka? Like you fancy Arthur to save it?
Yeah, I just thought the day was ours from start to finish. And obviously when they got the penalty up, I was shitting it. I ain't gonna lie, because I've gone and give the penalty away, and I thought this is our chance. This was our chance, and I've gone and like,
you can say fucked it. You can say fucked it. It's fine.
I've gone and fucked it up, and I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, please, Arthur, please, Arthur. And then when he pulls it out of the bag, and mate, from then on, I was just buzzing. I was just like, yes, boom, get our points on and get through there. Let's get out tonight. Have a good time.
Did you get a strip? No,
I didn't. I wasn't big for getting strips, I'll be honest with you. Although the one I was pissed off with was Big Mick, when he went and got fucking Messi's top. I played against him 90 minutes, and Mick's gone and chased him half time and said, "Can I have your strip at the end of the game?" This is at half time. I'm like, oh, what is... I played against him for 90 minutes.
You never got a nightmare, man. How was the dressing room after that when you knew you were in the last 16?
Yeah, mate, brilliant. We're gone crazy, champagne everywhere. Yeah, it's one of them. It's like, I first remember winning the league, and we had, I think it was about 3 inches of champagne on the pit on in the dressing room. It was like a paddling pool of champagne. But this was a bit less than that. But it was one of them. It was brilliant, great banter.
Would we Gordon be having a champagne?
Nah, mate. It'd just be in. He'd say a few words and then straight back out, and then we'd just get the music on and have a little party, yeah.
Oh, he didn't like the boys drinking, did he?
Nah, no chance. He was straight down the line. Because he was a fitness freak, wasn't he? He was a fitness freak. He was a football man. He'd done everything by the book. So he hated all that. He knew it went on, but he hated it. And because we had quite a young dressing room, quite a few young lads in the dressing room at the time, so he didn't want them to go off the rails. But he was straight down the line. You can't stop your players having a celebration after that win, anyways.
Because he banned you for going in Glasgow, didn't he?
Yeah, there's a few things happened though at the time, and the press was always after the players. You know how the press are up there. They're bleeding. They're a nightmare. So that's what I mean. Footballers on the front page, middle page, back page. It's everything up there. So at the time, someone was out to get the lads, and I can't remember what happened. It might have been Calder. Something happened with Calder. I'm not going to mention anything, but something happened.
So where would you go if you couldn't go to Glasgow then, just through Edinburgh?
Well, me and Kenny would be out most times, but not out, but we'd be out eating at a restaurant every night.
Right, mate. AC Milan.
Yeah.
They were probably the best team in Europe at that time, now.
Yeah. Unreal team. Pirlo.
Kaká.
Yeah, Kaká, mate. Outrageous team. Maldini. Their team was a joke. When you look it back on paper, I was looking the other day and I was just thinking, wow. It's good to look back and see some of the boys you play against, because, mate, I'm off. My memory's dead. I've had too many footballs, mate. But, yeah, I look back and I was thinking, yeah, decent team.
Was that the longest 90 minutes of your life in that San Siro?
Yeah, mate. Mate, after that, was it the first one? Which one was the one we lost in extra time? Was that the first season I was in?
That was the first one.
First season you were in. First season you were in, Niels, yeah.
Mate. I've never been so sick as a footballer.
Was there a stage in that game that you thought you were going to beat them?
Yeah, I thought we were always there to try and nick something. I thought Aiden was quality, and I just thought, again, if we could nick a free kick in and around for the maestro to stick one in top bins, I just thought they were there at the time to get beat. Yeah. And I just think they just had a bit too much in a man called Kaka.
Oh mate, Lenny gets. I know Lenny was running like his arse hairs were tied together, but Kaka was a Rolls Royce, mate, wasn't he?
Right, he was a beast, mate. Strong. He was a strong runner and fast with it. And when he got out in blocks to get that, no one was catching him.
Big Daz, I think Big Daz played the game, didn't he? He started centre half.
Yeah.
Would you have to talk him through the game?
Nah, he was. Everyone done the bit, and I was fuming. There's one time I got emotional after a game. It's probably the only time I've got really emotional after a game because I thought it was there for us. And that just getting there anyways was a joke of achievement. But if we could have got that, because
they went on and won it that year as well.
I know, but it just goes to show that how we competed against them, and on our day could have probably nicked it.
Yeah,
that it just shows you, mate, that in football anything can happen. Leicester won the bleeding Premier League, for God's sake.
Oh, that team had some big characters, right? Who was the bigger moaner, Lenny or Scotty McDonald?
Oh, yeah, that's a big shit. Nah, Scotty McDonald.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He went the shaft, yeah.
No, I actually left him a message earlier this morning. Actually, thinking about that. He's the busiest man in the world now, by the way. He's Mr. Australia. When he came in, I didn't really know much about him, I'll be honest. But boy, in training, he was just moaning for fun. I was thinking, who's this kid? Who is this kid? I was saying, I want it to my feet. Even if it was like a bleeding foot away from him, and he's moaning, throwing his arms up, giving it all this, and I can't stand people who do that. I can't stand it. It's one of them things that used to piss me off proper. But when you're banging in the goals every week, you can't really say much.
Thought he would always be in fights and training and that, wouldn't he? For moaning and noisy.
Yeah, he's just horrible, mate. And you got if he wasn't banging in goals every week, let me tell you, he wouldn't have lasted long. I'm honest, because people like that, when you're moaning that much, it gets to everyone, brings everything down. It just so happened we got an unreal team, we're winning every week, so he got overlooked, but he could moan for fun.
What did you think of Lenny as a player now?
Really good, underappreciated. He used to break up play and give it simple, and you need them in your team. End of. I remember one of the things Strachan said, you boys at the back, give it to a good player. And you good players, give it to really good players.
No, I loved about Lenny, mate. He never even used to do it. He used to always say he was injured for the full of pre-season, man.
Yeah, but he used to warm up, and he could hardly get around the pitch. But what he did do was so effective for us as a team that just got us the ball back, and I think it was key in our first season.
How did you find him as a guy, Niels? I was shit scared of him as a young boy. You were a bit older, so you wouldn't have.
Yeah, I liked him. Liked him. I used to think he was a bit stressed at times, but I liked him. I thought he was sound. I learned quite a bit from him, I'll be honest.
Yeah, top man. Right, mate. One of your proudest moments winning the league that year? Is that your first league that you'd won? Or did you win the championship?
I got promoted.
Right.
We didn't win it. I got promoted to the Prem, but we didn't win it. We done it a good way, to be fair. Winning the playoff is decent. I ain't gonna lie. Winning the league, mate. As I was saying earlier, the celebration after that.
Where did you go?
We was out in Glasgow. Yeah, we were out in Glasgow. It was just mad.
Any stories for that night? Any stories for us for that night?
No, mate. I told you I had a missus then. No stories. No, but I remember in the dressing room after, mate, everyone was just going crazy. Walls, suits, everything was soaked, champagne. People were getting chucked in ice baths. People in suits were getting chucked in ice baths. Mate, it was ledge. It was brilliant. Great.
Was that not the one that Paolo used off through Paolo Nutini in the ice bath as well?
Yeah, he come in. He was in there. He was jumping. He got in there himself. He jumped in there himself. Me and Brownie was going crazy at that. Yeah.
Who would be getting chucked in, like Ian Jameson, like the PR guys and the security guys? And that?
Rona and Ian Jameson got chucked in the ice bath.
Love it, man.
It was brilliant, man. Brownie was on a rampage. Yeah, it was brilliant. He was class.
And then you completed a double, mate, winning the Scottish Cup. Can you remember who the scorer was?
Dunby. Is it Dunby? Yeah. There you go.
How did Dunby play for Celtic and Another? Hopeless, man.
Mate. Was Caddy around at that time?
Caddy would have been. I think Caddy was maybe on the bench or in the stand.
Yeah. Because I remember you both being with us, and I said, yeah. Dunby, yeah.
Mate, I was injured for a year with Dunby, man. Personality, a toothpick.
He was your best pal. What are you on about?
Fuck.
You got him on speed. You got him on speed dial 1.
Right, is it? See, for like an English one too. Is that like? Can you realise how big a double is up in Scotland?
Yeah. Obviously, again, you can only realise how big things are only when you get up here. When you get up there and you live playing for Celtic, and you only then realise how big it is. I mean, doing the league's obviously the number one priority, and winning that is everything. The cups are there as we should. That's what I mean. Like that's the only time I've ever known you don't get a bonus for winning a game. I've never known that in my life. I never got a bonus for winning a cup game. You only got a bonus if you won the final. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's how much that they think you should be there every single time.
Did you enjoy that pressure, Niels, or is it hard when you're expected to win all the time?
No, I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. I just think it brought the best out in you, and you have a different mentality. It gives you a different mentality. I don't know how you felt going down south with having that being a part of that and having that mentality of knowing what you have to win every week. Me personally, when I went back down, I thought I was unbreakable at that time.
Yeah, and you were close to an England call-up as well, mate. How close were you?
I was really close, mate. I'll be honest. Obviously, I remember Strachan saying they'd been to watch a few times, and the final time they came to watch was at Inverness away. We had a stinker. Who comes to watch at Inverness away? Come on.
That is the graveyard of international careers, isn't it? Inverness away.
Inverness away killed my international career. And there was a time where I was meant to get called up, but Celtic had a cup game. We had a cup final. It was a cup final.
Right.
And they called up Nicky Shorey instead, who played for Reading at the time. And I was a bit gutted. I was absolutely fuming, to be honest.
If it's any consolation, mate, I played with Nicky Shorey. He's a ledge, man.
Yeah, he's sound. He's also a good left back.
Ugly as fuck, but ledge.
That's why you stuck close to him.
Right, mate, we're going to move on to a screwball. Tommy Gravison. He's a legend on this show, mate. He's the maddest man I've ever met in my life. Any stories you got for us?
Mate, he was just off it. Obviously, his accent. He had a Liverpudlian accent, which was.
Morning, lad.
When you first meeting him, and then he comes up to you, all right, lad, and you're like, what's going on here? And then, obviously, I remember he had a go at me. I think it was the first or second session we had with him, and he just went absolutely off it about. I put the ball into his chest, and he goes, "No, lad." no. Into my feet. And I was like, he can't be for real. And honestly, he lost his head. he lost his head. And how he looked at you, he looks at you with this strange look, and you're just like, oh, I'm not having any of this. I'm not having any of this. I don't no trouble, mate. I just want to play football.
Were you on the Call of Duty run, Nils?
Nah, I never played I played Call of Duty, but I never played with him.
He was like second in the world or something, wasn't he?
Was he?
He was second in the world or something. Him and Deeks used to play all the time.
Yeah, I used to play with Deeks all the time.
Craig Beattie told us a story something about golf balls, you and Tommy.
Oh yeah, so obviously there was a few golf balls down the training ground one time, and Tommy's gone. I can throw the length of this pitch, and because I knew I could. I've got an arm on me, to be fair, and I could launch a ball, and I've gone okay. Go on then, a fiver, I'll beat you. Just messing around, and I'll throw it right out. And I've gone, go on then, just throw it. And he's obviously he's through it, and he's reached the other 18-yard box or something like that. So I've gone now, and I've launched it. I've cleared the net that covers the goal on the opposite side, and it's gone out of plain sight. And I've gone, cheers, lad. Bring that one in. Nah, but he's one of them. He just used to think he could do everything. But
did he not turn up the next day with brand new balls to do it again?
Yeah, he was trying, mate. He was trying all sorts. He brought apples down. He was bringing cricket balls. I was thinking, mate, you're not going to beat me. You're not going to beat. And then he started throwing the poles, as if it was a javelin. As if it was a javelin. I said, Tommy, come on, you're never going to beat me, mate. You see me now.
What about any other stories that stand out for the dressing room? Anyone? Brownie, what was he like in the dressing room?
Well, Brownie and Kipper were the ones, mate. That, Aiden's fight with Arthur.
Go on then.
Oh my word! I've never seen anything like it. So Aiden and obviously Aiden and Arthur have been arguing on the training field, and it's followed on into the dressing room, and then there was a silence of about 10 minutes, and then after that, they're both in the shower, and then bam! I see two men wrestling in the shower, having a naked wrestle. I'm thinking, what's going on here?
Aye, fair play, Aiden, man, taking Arthur on.
Mate, and that's what I mean, fair balls to Aiden. Because Aiden lost his head. He's got a big, massive lump on the side of his head from where Arthur's bleeding, clapped him one. And then he goes chasing after him in a shower. Oh, mate, fair balls to him, but I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know what he was thinking. Getting thrown around the shower.
Would Arthur fight with everyone to a hair? Was he hard to get along with?
Yeah, he was just a loner, really. Until obviously his mate come.
Zaraski?
Yeah. No, the other keeper.
Oh, is Alioska?
Yeah, so yeah, he was just a loner, really. He'd done his own thing. Got in, got out. Unreal keeper. Unbelievable keeper. And I just think things got the best of him towards the end. And I think you know what I'm talking about, but is
What was that? What was your fight with him? How come? What happened?
He thought I could. So this is the thing. So I was chasing this bleeding winger around all game, and then the ball's going out, and I'm thinking I can't get there. I just can't get there, and I'm knackered. So I'm going, right, it's a corner. Let's line up for the corner. And Arthur's shouting his mouth off at me, saying, "You could have got there. You could have got there." I'm saying, "What the fuck are you going on about? I couldn't have got there." As simple as that. And he's doing all this in my face, and I hate that shit, because all he's doing is playing up for the crowd. So he's giving it, "Oh, look at me. I'm giving him some. Oh, I'm Mr. Bleeding Celtic, this and that." And I'm thinking, you're a dickhead. I'd never do that to one of my teammates. Never. And all I was thinking was, you're a prick. So then, yeah, we've come in half time. We're arguing off the pitch because he's come running up to me again. I'm thinking, mate, let's go inside. Let's just go inside. Because all he's doing is playing up to people and looking a dickhead. And I says, you want peace of me? Let's go inside. Well, we've got to sort it out inside quite happily. And then we got inside, and then it was silent.
Would Strachan say anything to you now?
No. He wouldn't mind us having a pop at each other, Strachan. He'd quite enjoy that. And then he'd poke it just so like it'd start back up again. And I'm thinking, what a dickhead.
Well, Strachan would try and get you to argue again.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
He'd have one of these comments like, "Oh, you should have done this," or "You should have done that," and then it'd just relight the fire.
Brilliant, man. Right, mate, we'll talk about qualifying for the last 16 again. The Spartak game kicked off a mental season. Start with Europe, beating European champions AC Milan. How did it compare to the Man U game?
No, it was right up there. I remember Tommy Burns. Mate, big Tom. He was some character, by the way. Jeez.
Best guy ever, wasn't he? Best guy ever.
Mate, brilliant. Every day, like I've got a couple of pictures, like here at the minute with me and Tommy. Like every day, he'd come up the train and grab me. He'd tell me this awful joke, or if I'd done something bad in training, he'd be like, "I could get someone down the pub to do that, Nails."
He loved that shout, didn't he?
He loved that shout. Every training session, get someone down the pub to do that. Yeah. Oh man, what a guy, rest his soul.
His one-liners were tremendous, mate, weren't they?
Yeah, he was brilliant, mate. He put a smile on everyone's face every day. I remember him running across the pitch, jumping on the lads, mate. He was different gear. He was.
And there's a picture of that, innit? Him running across and
mate. He was brilliant. And that's what I remember because I got injured. I think it was my calf. I pulled my calf,
right.
And I was hobbling across the pitch at the end of it, jumping on people.
See, with Tommy, man, it was like when Aidan and Strachan used to fight, Tommy would be like the one that would go over and put his arms in the
yeah, put his arm around. Aidan and Darren were his boys. When you boys were Tommy's boys, and he looked after you, and he knew that all Strachan wanted to do was make you better, even though you'd never see it in that sort of way until you're an older pro. You'd look back and go, he was trying to help. I think with Aidan it was a bit different, but yeah, Tommy was there to keep the dressing room lively and always smiling, and he did that.
Oh, did Tommy ever join in? Did he ever nutmeg you that?
Nah, I think he joined in a few times, but nah, he was later on. When he started really getting his problems, to be honest. So.
Oh, Strachan was brilliant that time when Tommy died, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Strachan was really good with that, wasn't he? I remember he got all the staff out on the pitch at Lennoxtown. Do you remember that?
Yeah. That was his mate, wasn't it? And that's the only time I've really seen Strachan show emotion like that. But he was distraught when Tom went. He was distraught. It was sad. It was sad time, to be fair. It was sad time, but it was good. We had when we won I think we won the league, and when we had the T-shirts at Tommy, and was it Dundee United? Dundee United. Yeah. It was a good feeling, mate. That was a good feeling to do that for him.
Right, mate. That last 16 campaign came down to Shakhtar at home. Donati scores a last-minute winner. Again, does that team never think they're beaten?
Yeah, mate. As I said, like especially at Celtic Park, we've always got a chance.
But he was a good player, Massimo, wasn't he?
I thought he was really good, and then he got into going out every week in Glasgow. that's why he's back. That's why he's back there now.
Just for a night out. Loved it, didn't he?
No,
him and Strachan as well. They had a wee thing as well, didn't they? I remember that.
I just think when Massimo first came in, he was outstanding, and he dropped off when things got a bit comfortable. And I think Strachan seen that and he wasn't happy with what was going on. He wasn't happy with people taking it easy.
Oh, right. See, when you qualified again for the last 16 Milan, would Strachan then let you have beers on the way back of that? Or was that a no-no?
No. No, that wouldn't happen. Once we got back to the hotel and stuff like that, he wouldn't mind us having a few in the lobby, but most of the lads didn't stick to the lobby. There'd be damn drain pipes outside. And
oh, was that the case that you had to be a sneak out of her?
Oh, mate, I remember one time, it must have been Barcelona away, and Kipper and Brownie, everyone's sitting in the lobby, and you see these two lads in white, I think it was white jeans and a white top, screaming down the bleeding exit stairs. Looking around, creeping, everyone could see them all. Like, what is going on here? It's all going on. They're partying with bleeding Ronaldinho in Barcelona.
No way. Who? Scott Brown and Chris Killen partied with Ronaldinho that night?
Aye.
In Barcelona?
Yeah, did you not hear that?
No, I've never heard that.
Yeah.
So how did that come about?
There must have just been this one place where Ronaldinho was known for being a party boy, and obviously them pairs snuck out and they're in a party with Ronaldinho.
What? Mate, why did you not go, man?
I wasn't all for that. I was a good boy. Why'd you not go? Mad at me, you know.
Oh, mate, that's amazing, man. How do you look back on the Barca ties, Niels? You set up the opener for Big Jan, didn't you?
Yeah, Big Jan.
What would you do? Just aim for his nose?
Yeah, aim for his snaz. It was a goal every day. Some header of a ball he was, though, to be fair. I just knew that you get the ball in the box to Jan, you're going to give him a chance to score. He was quality in the air. He's always going to give Barca problems if you've got crosses in the box. That's what Strachan used to say. Get balls into the box to Jan. He's always going to beat them in the air.
Jan's a top man, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's proper nice guy. Couldn't do enough for anyone. Anyone that asked him anything, he'd try and help. He was a good lad.
Was he funny? Yeah, he was quite funny, I thought. No.
I think you have to spend a bit more time. I think you just lit. You was a leech.
I remember he had like a watch collection. Do you remember that?
Whose?
Big Jan had a watch collection. I remember he showed us it was a belter, man.
Yeah,
he had a few.
He had some dough. That's why the boy was a bleeding pure dough.
Mate, do you know who had dough? Yarasek.
Playing at Chelsea, mate. You go into big bleeding. Yarasek. What a player he was. He scored some important goals as well.
Mate, his gear was decent. He always had the wee Gucci bags and that, didn't he?
His gear wasn't decent. Probably to you, not to me. If you're a wee chav, then yeah.
Alright, listen, see the Barca games, Niels, is that the hardest you obviously up against Messi twice, man? Is that the graveyard shift to her?
When you talk about people on different levels, like Xavi and Iniesta, that is next level. Like, as a fullback, you try and read people on if they're going to pass out to your side and can I win the ball? Can I be on the front foot? You were never on the front foot playing against them.
Because you could play them behind you. Because
you didn't know where it was going.
Yeah.
Like, you think you could get it, but they play a ball with such pace and accuracy that they'd skim it past you within a foot, and you can't touch it because of the options that they have. They're there, they're in front of you, they're behind you. It's you have to definitely be on your game to compete.
Does Messi just go at you every time?
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Everyone asks me, like, what was it like marking him and this and that, and you can't really mark him. He's not someone who you can mark, because if you mark him, you'll be out of position.
He just kind of floats anywhere.
He floats, and you're trying to keep your formation in your in your team, and if you step out of there, someone else will run into it.
Yeah.
So it was very.
you're a man that's played directly against both. Who was better, Ronaldo and Messi?
Again, like, I thought other players I played against, like the boy who I played against, Spartak Moscow, was the hardest boy I've ever marked in my life.
Who was that?
I can't remember the boy's name, but he gave me nightmares, mate. Nightmares. Honestly, like, I've never been scared on the pitch ever before. But after 20 minutes, I thought, shit, I'm getting a doing here. I've never felt like that in my life. And I thought, yeah, that's the next level. But that's what I mean. Marking Ronaldo and Messi, it was tough. So playing up against them, it didn't really happen. But the times that, I did have to actually mark them, I done all right, to be fair.
Is that Barca team the best you played?
Yeah, easily. The players they had on the pitch are just frightening. The way they pass the ball, the way they move, and also on the other foot, it's good to hear that then when they're talking about the best places where they go and play, and they, their answers is they love to go and play at Celtic Park. Yeah. So it's because they get the victory all the time, and two, the crowd.
Well, see, when you think about all these massive nights, mate, like, do you feel there's very few clubs that can give players that sort of experience, is it?
Yeah, not many, and that's why you got the best players in the world talking about Celtic Park, and that for that reason is because of the fans and the stadium and what the atmosphere brings to footballers on the pitch. In these times, they're talking about playing games behind closed doors. I've played 1 or 2 games behind closed doors, and it's evil. Like, it's poor. Like, there's no atmosphere. It just feels like a training exercise. So without the fans, football ain't all that.
You were flying in Europe that year, but you fell well behind Rangers with 7 games to go, losing to Motherwell. Did you think it was done ahead?
Yeah, I think we had a stumbling block where we went on, like, how many games? 7 games.
Yeah, 7 games to go.
Yeah, it was. I never thought we'd lose just because we lost to Rangers. Like, it's one of them where that game is a game in itself. It's always you and Rangers. So the minute you lose to them, everyone else outside is like, "Oh, it's done. It's dusted. The bubbles burst. This and that." But you never give up belief in what you can do because you've done it for so long.
How come you've never dominated the league the way you did the year before? Did Rangers get better?
No, I think a few of us got complacent. I know there's a few things going on where different teammates, different players. There's a few sniffs at some of our players as well.
A few sniffs as in what other teams tried to
do. Other teams, yeah, like when you're playing as good as you are in Champions League and this and that, then you're going to get looked at from other teams. Bigger teams are going to come in. I know a lot of teams were looking at Aiden at the time. I don't think I played as well as I did my first season. In my second season,
why not?
In my second season, I was beginning to get a bit homesick. I'll be honest. My daughter was down south. I wasn't with her mum at the time, but I was missing my daughter a lot. I didn't get to see her as much, so there was a lot of factors. At one stage, I remember telling Strachan that I wanted to leave.
Early on in the second season.
It was getting towards Christmas time, yeah.
And what did he say?
And he was saying, just saying, you got to commit. And I didn't really understand him for what he was saying until I left. And he was saying, just commit yourself. You commit yourself, you'll go playing the Prem. And I didn't really understand what he was bleeding saying. I said, I had a bit of head loss. But I carried on because that's just the way I am. I give everything I could to Celtic every time I put the shirt on. But at the time, I remember I was really missing out.
That's tough, mate, isn't it? There's nothing worse.
Yeah, especially when my little one was involved, and you're not seeing them. I was seeing it once a month, if that, and just because of the amount of games we were weekend, and we used to play Sunday games, which used to kill me going down south.
Yeah, and Strachan wasn't a big one for loads of days off, was he?
Oh no chance. Mate, even when you played a first team game, you used to run. Remember on a Monday morning, we used to do that running first off.
They runs were a bastard. 7,
15, 13s. Oh my word!
Wait, that was what? So it was behind the goal jog, and then it was a sprint.
Yeah. And I was thinking, wow.
On a Monday, mate, rough as fuck.
Yeah, it was tough, man. But we were the fittest team in the league by far.
Yeah, his pre-season was tough, wasn't it?
The hardest I've ever done, ever. Mate, I used to try and pull some injuries pre-season. I don't know that. He's giving it the runway and stuff like that.
Oh, the runway was naughty, man.
Come on. Who does that?
Was Big John there your first year, Nils? Big John Hartson?
No.
No, he's there.
He's left now.
See his face when Strachan pulled it there. Were you there with Paddy, did it?
Yeah. How bad was he? Like, for someone who's that good at football, be that bad of an athlete, he's frightening.
Was Paddy hard to defend against the 1v1s training?
Yeah. Well, for me, I loved it. I loved it because I used to going up against Aidan, and I used to love going up against Paddy. Two best players with a feet by none. But I used to love going up against good people, and I love the challenge of going 1v1. But them pair, mate. Oh.
What did you think of Paddy as a guy?
He's some character, isn't he? Some character. He used to love a glass of wine and a cigar, mate. Jeez.
He's a hero, man, isn't
he? He's such a good lad. Such a good lad. But I just wish he had the athleticism to go and do it out on the pitch, because he would have got right to the top.
Well, do you think if Paddy had athleticism, he'd go right to the top level,
100%. Wow. Yeah. Well, you've seen his ability with his feet. His dribbling wise was sensational. He just couldn't run for shit.
How was we Strachan with Paddy? Would he slag him or that, or would he be alright with him?
It was one of them where Strachan would always want to try and get the best out of people, but there come a time where you know your limits, and Paddy was his limit, where he couldn't get anything out of him. In terms of that, Strachan was a fitness freak, fitness, and I'm sure that used to eat him up. That Paddy never had that. But the sessions Paddy used to do after training, the 4-4s, mate, he used to be sick. I remember being in the gym, and I just used to go up just to laugh at him. And honest, mate, I'd go up, and I'd just sit there next to him on the treadmill, going, "Are you right there, Pat?" Okay. He used to be sick, mate. He used to be sick.
What, he would actually be sick running ahead?
Mate, he'd be doing 13 kilometres an hour on the treadmill, which is a warm-up.
Oh, brilliant, man. I love that guy. Love him so much. Nils, Rangers were dropping points. Is that when you started to get a wee bit of belief?
Yeah, because they started to drop points, and I thought, because we had a little blip, and I always thought they would as well. It got to around the same sort of time where points were going either side, and I just thought, I never thought we'd ever give the league up at all.
How did you find that rivalry, Nils? Would you argue with Rangers players not on the pitch? Was there not a hatred there, but could you feel that, it's us against them, I don't like them? Did you have that mentality? Yeah.
Straight off the bat. like, even in my first game, it was pure hatred. Like, don't like you boys at all. Like, you're my enemy. End of.
Wow. Was there anyone in particular that you would argue, like, always have a bit with during the games?
I used to have a bit with Hutton, to be fair, and Charlie Adam. Charlie Adam gave me a 4 centimetre gash in my foot. I wanted him so bad after that, mate. Oh, my life. I never got. I wanted to get him in a game where a fair challenge. I was never nasty, but I always wanted the ball to come at the right time so I could smash him. And it never did. I was gutted. Mate, honestly, I had a gash. I remember coming in half time and I had a gash. And you know, the Preds, they had them blades. A full blade went in my foot. And he was so late. He should have got sent off.
Mm-hmm.
Never even got a yellow card. And I was raging, mate. My ankle was a balloon, but I wanted to play on. I just wanted to get him back.
Remember, Strachan used to make people play with stakes on their feet. Was it Telfer?
Was Telf?
Remember Paul Telfer?
Yeah, big Telf.
Did he not make Paul Telfer play with a bit of stake wrapped around his foot?
I don't know, mate.
I remember that, mate, I swear.
You hear some stories, you.
I see that, because see that year though, was it Aidan and Novo that always had a bit, wasn't it? They were pure a lot of words.
Always, mate. He was Aidan with everyone, mate, I'll be honest, apart from me. I just used to be like his babysitter. It was me and Tam, like, honestly, I don't think there was one person who Aidan didn't have an argument with.
So see, when you were playing behind him, could you hear him arguing with everyone, eh?
Yeah. Literally everyone. So Aidan couldn't murmur underneath his breath. It was always out loud.
Oh, brilliant, man. See with Tommy dying, Nils, do you think that kind of pushed you on as well? Like, would we Strachan say, like, we need to do this for Tommy?
Yeah, definitely, 100%. And Strachan used that. And he knew that would give us a lift because everyone loved him. Everyone loved him, and it brought us back together and got the same mentality back to go on and win it, to be fair.
And that night at Canada, is that one of the most nervous you've been before a game?
It was good because it was always a tough game against Dundee. We always used to get the result there, but it was always a hard working.
Yeah,
it was tough. You knew you had to, you know, you was in for a difficult afternoon. Every game was their cup final, end of, and that's what I say to people down south when they go on about the league shite up there and this and that. And I think, and I say to them, imagine you playing in the FA Cup. That's what it is every single week. Yeah. That team wants to beat you so bad that they'll put everything on the line, and that's what it is every single week at Celtic. That's what it is. It's their cup final, and that's what you're up against. And Dundee, you know, they were always a tough opponent, but I always thought that we'd get the result. Even if we were drawing on 90 minutes, I always thought we'd win.
And it was Big Jan scored the header, didn't he? Was it Paul Hartley's cross?
Oh, Ezekiel, yeah. Ezekiel.
Or as Aidan calls him, the bench watcher.
Again, he come to us in his prime. He had an amazing season, didn't he, at Hearts, and then come to us, and I thought he was brilliant as well.
Yeah, he was good at Celtic, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was class, mate. He was another fit that just came in and hard worker, and you know, and there you go, popped up.
Barry Robson, funny.
Yeah, mate. He's super dry. Great lad. To be fair, he didn't really come out his shell for about 3 or 4 months. I think it took him to really get involved with the lads. Yeah, he used to do his bit. He's old school. He's an old school footballer. Another moaner, by the way. But, oh yeah, mate, his elbows used to get everywhere. Even in training, mate, horrible. I remember there was a few people got nasty at Robbo, to be fair. And
who got nasty?
I was one. He smacked me in my nose with his elbow. Just because I knew that's how he played. But in training, you're thinking, come on, relax a little bit. Yeah. But he was at it every single time. Every single time. Tough opponent. Even that, when we played, obviously, Dundee United, he was one player that always stood out.
Yeah. See that, obviously, you win the league at Tannadice. How was the dressing room after that? Was there tears?
Just everything, mate. Obviously, Darren and Aidan were emotional. But it was just brilliant. It was a good feeling. It was, we got over that emotional side, and we knew that Tommy would have just loved us to appreciate winning the league, and he knew, like, for him, there he was, just go and celebrate, love life, and yeah, that's what it was, mate. It was emotional. It was emotional in the sense that, we went around with the T-shirt of Tommy and all that, but it was one that he would have wanted us just to go and celebrate.
What did he actually make a point of mentioning Tommy after the game, Strachan?
Because I think we had the obviously the T-shirts printed out, so we got back in. Everyone got back in. Obviously buzzing, this and that, champagne going everywhere. But then he obviously had his word. He mentioned Tommy and doing it for him and what it would have meant to him. And then after that, it was party. Went back out on the pitch and celebrated.
Amazing, man. Some players are saying they felt Strachan believed his time came to an actual end at that point. He didn't really want to do another year.
I think part of that was Tommy leaving and passing away, and I think it gave him a different perspective on things, and just when it felt it was the right time, I'll be honest. Felt it was the right time. Everyone thought he was going to go, yeah.
Yeah. So between the players, you were all saying, I think he'll go, huh?
Yeah. Like, what else could he have done? We done 3 in a row, and everyone thought that was his time.
Right, mate. What did you think when Kenny Miller, did he come to you first? Did he tell you I'm going to sign for Rangers?
There was talk about it. I was surprised that it happened because, in terms of, he was flying. He was flying. Coming pre-season, start the season, unbelievable, scoring goals, looking sharp as. I was thinking, why are we letting him go? Why
was it then?
Just didn't see eye to eye, I don't think. Didn't see eye to eye on the amount of games he was playing, and Kenny wanted to play every week. He knew where he was. He could moan, but he gave everything he could for everyone he played for. And he weren't happy at not playing as much as he was.
Would you say to him, like, you can't go to Rangers, or?
No, I'd never say anything like that. He's one of them. Football's football, isn't it? I mean, he's played for them before, so he's come to Celtic, you know what I mean? So,
yeah, he's done it already, huh?
Yeah.
See, that year's, Neil's obviously first year that he's done win the league. Why do you think it is? Do you think it's because Strachan's kind of heart's not in it as much as it was the previous 2 years?
Yeah, and again, yeah, for me, yes, 100%. There was a definite change in a feeling around the place, and even players that were there. I think Brownie might have been on his way to Newcastle at that point.
Right.
I think there was a shout at Brownie going Newcastle. There was shouts at Aidan going there. Going. Did Sean come back that year? Was that when Sean Maloney come back? So that was meant to be a swap deal with me.
Well, you going to Villa and Sean coming to Celtic?
Yeah, we tried to get it as a swap deal.
And what happened?
It broke down because money, what have you. So that didn't happen, and Sean ended up coming up anyways. So I've lost my head because of the season before and how I was missing home and my daughter and stuff. And that was me going back home to Birmingham. So pure head loss.
With who, the manager? With the manager, Nils?
Yeah. This was with everything. I just at that time when a chance like that came up, I wanted it to happen just because of personal reasons. I love Celtic. Don't get me wrong. Celtic are my team. But getting back home was more important to me at that time.
See, when things aren't going great, and then obviously Gordon goes. Was that probably the hardest time of you being a Celtic player?
Yeah, I love my time under Gordon. I thought he was brilliant. A really good coach. Really good coach. I thought his sessions were brilliant. Hard working. You have to work your tits off, but a really good coach. Really enjoyable. But yeah, I just thought it fell apart then. We were in limbo for a long time after that.
What he goes, are you still then trying to get away?
Look, I wasn't physically trying to get away. I weren't actually banging down doors saying this and that. I was never so, because at the end of the day, I was at Celtic. I'm at a great club, but obviously I didn't do what Petrov done, and I didn't do what Tomo done.
Well, see one day, mate, you should have just punched fuck at me and you would have got a move. In fact, no, you probably got a new 5-year contract.
Yeah, man, it's one of them where it wasn't in me to play up. I just couldn't do it. I probably should have at sometimes in my career, but I was just too honest and just happy playing football.
Yeah. And then, what was your opinion of the new setup? Mowbray, Venus, and Peter Grant.
Shambles.
You think?
Yeah.
What was the shambles?
It's one of them where there's too many cooks, not enough chefs. Like, there was too many people saying too many different things on the training field. Don't get me wrong, all good coaches, but when you've got one person saying one thing, one person saying another, and then it totally contradicts like what you're trying to do, I just thought it gave mixed messages to the lads, and I think it just showed in the way we played.
I thought some of the sessions were a bit baffling, weren't they?
Baffled the life out of me. Like, they were all different. It wasn't one leading into the other. They were all separate sessions. That it wasn't a progression. I've done my coaching badges. I don't know if you are, but you're supposed to progress into something bigger.
Yeah.
They were just totally separate sessions. That you're thinking, get your head around that.
It was like that, mate. I remember it. Yeah.
It was get your head around that. Don't get me wrong, they were all good coaches, but they wasn't in sync. It
never even seemed like they all got on with each other, though. Like, it was kind of...
Yeah, Vino was his own person. He thought he was still a player. And I was a young boy at Wolves when Vino was playing.
Yeah. Had he changed much, or was he exactly the same?
Nah, he was exactly the same. Didn't change. Unbelievable left peg. And he used to tell everyone in training every day, some left peg I've got, some left peg.
He used to say he had the best left foot at the club, didn't he? He always used to say, I've got the best left foot at the club.
Every day. Every day. He used to say, I might put my boots back on, every single day. But he was obviously a northern lad. He loved to laugh. But it was one of them where I just thought they didn't join us together. They just pulled everyone apart. And
sorry,
Foxy, they brought Foxy in, didn't they? And that was me.
There's another man that loves a night out, Foxy.
Foxy, great lad.
He was a top man, Foxy. But see, on Foxy, like, did Tony Mowbray pull you, Nails, and say, I'm going to sign a left back?
No, that's where I thought they took the piss out of me, I'll be honest. Because pre-season, I took on board what Strachan said to me previously. And I said, right, get your shit together. Make sure you're on it. So I've done a full pre-season. Felt fit as fuck. Went into a few games pre-season. Felt amazing. We went to Australia.
What a trip that was.
Which was pathetic. And I just thought, I feel good. I feel really good. I feel on it this year. Get back from Australia. Foxy's there. Like, what the fuck's going on?
Oh, yeah, the food was shite, but the food was tremendous, mate, on that plane, remember?
Man, I hated flying. I never slept a wink on that plane. Mate, oh my word.
Was it not first class?
Yes, I was lying down. Shit, we're going, Doc, help me, Doc.
Mate, I think I put on about 2 stone that flight, man. I took the piss with the food.
Mate, we had the worst turbulence going over Singapore. You must have been asleep. Do you remember Aidan shouting?
Nah.
Mate, we went through Singapore and the plane just shook like mad. Aidan went, what the fuck's going on? I'm looking going, what the hell, please help. And I was just scared of flying at the time. And Aidan shouting. We just shout out like balls in front of everyone. Everyone was sleeping.
Oh, you know why I was sleeping? Because I was sitting next to fucking Samaras.
Big Georgie.
24-hour flight with a guy that never said one word, mate.
Mate, yeah, but your story's been kept him to sleep.
Oh, so see when Foxy came, Nils, did you go and say to Mowbray, like, what's the script here? Why are you buying a left back?
Yeah, I said, what the fuck's going on? I said to him, like, I've started the pre-season well. I was on fire. I felt good. Your coaches are telling me I'm doing well. And then you go and bring the left back in. What's the script? Just had a chance of bringing him in, worked with him before, and that's that. And I was like, okay, cool. So am I going? And he's gone now.
So did you have to sit on the bench, Nils?
Sit on the bench, which was frightening.
Wow.
So yeah, it was actually very weird. First time it's happened to me in my career.
He was. I always thought he was quite a strange guy, Tony Mowbray, like lovely guy, but just a bit strange.
Oh yeah.
I want quality. I felt like saying, Tony, if you want quality, you're not going to get that from me.
Yeah, I don't know. Some people say he's amazing, but I just thought I didn't enjoy his time.
No. Was it a strange atmosphere in the place? Like, when did you know, like, this is done, this is not going to work here? Was there a certain thing that happened or a point in the season?
I just thought that pre-season there was a few things creeping in, and I just thought it's a bit weird. Even though I just got on with what I had to get on with. But when he started bringing a few players in, which he did, I just thought, like, everything changed, the atmosphere changed, everything about the place just changed a bit.
Who wasn't good enough, Nils, that he brought in? You know what I'm saying,
Mate, do you know my job?
Alright, what I will say is, so probably too many foreign players came in, wasn't it?
I think so, mate, yeah.
Yeah.
I think too many boys come in that weren't good enough or wasn't ready for what Celtic was about.
Yeah. There was a lot of meetings as well, wasn't there, about training, and they would ask the boys what they thought of training, and would that not end up in a free-for-all?
Yeah, well, I remember that conversation where, because there was a few things creeping in and people weren't happy, and the amount of sessions we were doing. As I say, we were doing 3 sessions of different coaches nearly every day. And you're like that can't happen. That cannot happen. I've never known it anywhere. And they would drag on, and then obviously players weren't happy, and then we had a big conversation, and everyone would just went bam. The thoughts all went in, and then all shit hit the roof, and that's when it started all going wrong.
Can you remember the St Mirren game the night you got sacked?
Say that again.
Can you remember the St Mirren game the night his last game was at 4-9 St Mirren? Can you remember it?
No, I don't even know if I was there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, I could have been at home.
What, patched for the squad, huh?
Yeah.
And see, when you were getting patched that, would you be going into his office, or had you just chucked it?
No. As I said, I wasn't one of these that I didn't want to disrupt anything that was going on, and I just wanted good for my team.
Yeah.
Whether I should have been playing or I shouldn't have been playing, or whether someone else should have been playing or shouldn't have. I wasn't one that used to bang on doors. I wasn't one trying to make a fuss. Looking back, I should have.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I definitely should have. But I didn't want to be that player that was thought to be disrupting everyone, because it would have been easy for someone to do the blame game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Right, and then he gets sacked, mate, and your old teammate Lenny takes over. How was he when he first came in, Nels?
Aye, brilliant, mate. Hey, Lenny's Lenny. I thought he's amazing, mate, honestly. He's similar to Strachan in his ways. Just bred that confidence, that Celtic way that everyone needed. Put me straight back in. We win games on the trot, mate. Yeah.
Oh, it's not rocket science, is it?
Mate, it's not rocket science. Put me in, mate. We win games.
Oh, did he have like a meeting with you, Otto, and like say to you, "You've been miles off it"?
Yeah, he just seen that things weren't right. He didn't want to go too much into it. He just wanted everyone to be on board and to know what it's like to be a Celtic player and what is the demands on us all. And then straight away, boom, we go and win 11 on the bounce.
The only thing is, so the wee down point is the Scottish Cup final at Ross County. Now, we've had boys on, and some people have said it's the craziest they've ever seen a manager go after a game. Would you go along with that?
Mate, yeah. Well, yeah. As I say, he used to stress a lot, but he could go at it as well. And he wanted some success from that season, and that's what he was going to get. But we messed it up, didn't we? And that was that.
Did that semi-final? Did it just sum up that team that year?
He just summed it up. It never really got anywhere. I think we were in. Was it Europa League in that season? Was that Europa League? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was one of them, mate. The season was dead from the start.
And what we're talking when you come in after that game? What is it? Teapots flying everywhere? Is it pinned up? People getting pinned up?
Yeah, it was more like a rant with himself rather than at people. He used to get mad, like even though he was mad at the players. He wouldn't really dig people out individually that much. But he used to get a red face on him. He used to get red face going mental. He's one of them, mate. You'd expect it though. Yeah. Because he was Celtic through and through.
But see, Neil, at that stage, you've been in the club 3 years. Are you getting on people then? Like, are you not accepting that performance?
Oh yeah. Well, as soon as I get back in the team, I know that I'm a senior player. And I'm doing all I can then when I come back in the team to try and get the best out of people, because I need that person next to me.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, this is where you have to look, and how can I get the best out of him? How can I get the best out of him? Am I going to scream and shout? Am I going this or that? And that's when it takes a good manager, a good older pro, to realise how can I get the best from my boys.
It must have been sad for you, though, Nels. Like that was your last season at Celtic, and when you think of where that team, the team that you played in, finished, to the team that you had for the first 2 years, it must have been quite sad for you.
Yeah, it was shit, mate. Honest, it didn't leave a good taste in my mouth. I'll be honest, but just because I love the club, and the way it fizzled out for me, it wasn't great. I'll be honest, it wasn't great.
You still managed to finish off in a positive form, mate. You scored the winner against Rangers.
I know, mate.
Unbelievable feeling. Talk us through it.
It was my last ever game. That ended up being my last ever game for Celtic. What a way to bow out, huh? So
a free kick. So you finally got to take one because Knack fucked off.
finally got to take one. Absolutely shanked the life out of it. Ended up going bottom corner. Take it. Got the worst haircut in the world, but go and celebrate with the boys over in the corner. Mate, I shaved my hair that week. What a bad decision that was.
Nah, you've got the face for that.
Nah, you're correct. Better than your face for radio. Anyways, your pout for radio. Jesus, mate.
Oh yeah, I promise you now. I'll stop it. I'll stop doing the pout. Mate, did you just feel like your time came to a natural ending?
Yeah, well, that was it. That's my contract up. I needed to get back down south, mate. My little girl was missing me. When she comes up and then she's leaving crying, it's not easy. That killed me. That killed me for two seasons. I'll be honest.
Do you think if you never had that, Nils, with the daughter, that you'd have spent a lot more time, a lot longer at Celtic?
Yeah. I think I would have finished my career there, yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%, mate. I love being at Celtic. In fact, it's probably one of my favourite teams I've ever played for. Wow. And I spent 17 years at Wolves, by the way. I mean, I was there 4 years, but how they treat you as a person, even now, like they treat you as a king, and like nowhere else in football does that. Even when I go back to Wolves now, it's like a chore for them. Whereas Celtic, get in the bleeding executive box, get here, everyone giving you hugs. It's different level, mate. Different level.
Were the fans brilliant with you, Nils? They liked you, didn't they?
Yeah, brilliant, mate. Yeah, really good. Even now, going back up, it's always nice to being asked to get a photo and sing your autograph and stuff. And it happens loads at Celtic, and that's why I'm up there every week, mate.
Was it, last question, Nils, even though it was like your daughter and that, was it still tough to leave then?
At the time, no, because I just felt it had to happen.
Yeah.
If I was playing every week and different circumstances, yeah, I don't think I would have left. I don't think I would have left even if they told me to get out the door. But yeah, at the time it was the right time to get going.
All right, last question. This is the last one. I know you're an agent now, but we're going to see you with the call and tie on managing that.
Nah, like for me, I wanted to be a manager, but the longevity in the game, being a manager at the moment, it's bleeding 1 week to God knows how many years. So you never know how long you're going to be in a job. So I don't think I'll be down that route, no.
Nils, absolute pleasure. Thanks very much, mate.
Cheers, buddy.